went to see one of these hair restoration specialist guys. Don't go do it. It was terrible. He did a little hair examination, and he's wafting through my hair with a little magic wand thing. Then he got done and he said, yeah, well, it's moving north. You're losing your hair. And he said, look, we can fix it though. I said, oh, sweet. Okay, what can we do? We take hair from other parts of your body, put it on your forehead. There's certain hair that it's not going to look right up here. You know what I mean?
Welcome to The Fallen State. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you so much for being with me. Don't forget that The Fallen State is now on locals.com. So click the link in the description to support our work. And thank you all in advance. And I really, really appreciate it. And remember, you can also support The Fallen State by joining our channel membership on YouTube. I have with me Wes Austin, and he is a lawyer, actor, and stand-up comedian. Wes, thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you for having me.
I do appreciate it. Are you, do you believe that human beings are in a fallen state? The show is called Fallen State. Yeah. Do you believe human beings are in a fallen state?
I think definitely we aren't doing as well as we could right now. I just drove through parts of LA, so I would say yes, we really are.
Yeah. Is it possible to overcome a fallen state?
Yeah, I think it is.
And how?
I think you need to find the goodness, find the good out there and in yourself, and then try to build on that, yeah.
There seems to be no good in human nature. Human nature seems to be evil. Have you noticed that?
It seems to come out a lot, yeah. I mean, man, it's so easy to come out. And I think the more you see people reverting to their negative, evil nature, other people do that more because it's like a defense mechanism. And then you pretty much, it's just like a craziness. And then you have all sorts of people just thinking about themselves. They don't care about anyone else.
Yeah.
I need to have what's best for me. And then pretty much nobody cares about society. And then it gets really ugly, which is what we're seeing a lot of, I think, right now.
Absolutely. You live in Utah, so are you a Mormon?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you're a Mormon.
Yes.
Nice. And what's the difference between a Mormon and a Christian?
Well, we both believe in Jesus Christ. What most people will say out there is Mormons we believe in the Bible, but we also have this Book of Mormon, which is where we get our nickname, the Mormons. So that's probably the big difference, I think, is we have two books of scripture that we look at.
You guys read the Bible?
Yes.
And the Mormon book?
Yeah. And then this Book of Mormon.
Is that the book that guy wrote? What's his name?
Joseph Smith.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yes.
Joseph wrote the book.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, there's controversy like that, but the church, the Mormon Church says he translated it, and it's about this ancient people, but there's a lot of controversy whether that's really what happened or whether it was an inspired translation. I won't get into it because there's been a lot of, but that's kind of what the book is about.
Have you ever read it?
Yeah.
And did it help you?
I mean, I think some of the stories in it are good, have some nice parables for life and teach you good principles, kind of like some of the parables and things in the Bible where they have a good lesson that you can learn from it.
How did it help you?
Probably, just reading, some of the principles that you should put God first. That you should love your family and try to do what's best for your family. Some of those just simple principles, but they kind of reinforced through the stories that are in there.
What was his name again? that wrote the Book of Mormon?
Oh, Joseph Smith.
Joseph.
Yes.
And who was Joseph? He dead now, right?
Yes.
He dead.
Yeah.
Who was Joseph Smith exactly?
He was like the founder of the church.
Of the Mormon Church.
Yes.
So he founded the whole religion.
Yeah, he started it like in 1832 or something. I should have looked this up before. I'm sorry.
You're going to get in trouble when you get back to Utah.
I know, you're going to get me in trouble with all sorts of people. I was thinking about comedy, but yeah.
And so, you know why I like the Mormons so much?
No,
They have a lot of white babies.
Yes.
And the Lord know we need white babies. You have 3, right?
3. Yes.
Are you going to make some more?
I think we're done.
Really?
Yeah.
But you're not a true Mormon if you don't have a lot of white babies.
See, okay, I came from a family of 8.
All right.
So 8 kids, mom and dad, but we just had 3. I think when we had the 3rd one, I think my wife said, "We're done." We're done. So.
Oh man, were you disappointed when she said the door is closed?
Well, I didn't want her to get upset, so I said, "Okay, if you think 3 is the number, then okay, that's good."
Did you want more?
I would be fine with more, but I'm fine with 3. I kind of just, since she was going to have to go through everything, I thought, if you're good with 3, like get pregnancy and all that, I know it's...
She's supposed to.
Yeah, I mean, since she has to deal with all that, I kind of, if you want to have 3, we'll do 3. I couldn't, and if I said, let's do 4, I don't know how I could have talked her into it, really.
You could have sneaked and got her pregnant. You ever thought about that?
I never did. That never did cross my mind.
Mormons tend to be conservative, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you know who Mitt Romney is, right?
Yeah.
Are you disappointed in him?
Some of the stuff he's done, I've been disappointed in.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I think he's done, I've liked, but some of the stuff I've been a little disappointed in it.
I don't even know how Mitt Romney calls himself a Mormon. He's so liberal.
Yeah, I mean,
marching with Black Lives Matter and all that mess.
like when he did a number of things where I felt like that wasn't a conservative thing to do.
Yeah.
Also, you represent the state, and most of the people in the state would not want you to do that.
Right.
And he just did it anyway. So I was very disappointed in that.
Why don't y'all kick him out of the Mormon religion and out of Utah?
I don't know. A lot of people would like to. I know that. I know a lot of people would like to.
Why do they keep voting for him?
Well, I think he's up. Oh man, when is his election up? The next time he's up for election, I really don't know if I don't think he'll be able to get back in.
Oh, good.
Because most of the people in Utah are super pissed off about it. So I'd be really surprised if he could get back in again.
Yeah. I know they have his niece or something like that is the head of the Republican Party. Well, she ran the Republican Party or something.
Does she? Okay.
And she's as bad as he is. Okay. What a mess, huh?
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, what's important to you? But first, let me ask, are you a Christian and a Mormon or just a Mormon?
No, I consider myself a Christian and a Mormon, yeah.
You both?
Yes, yeah. I mean, yeah, Mormons are Christians.
Oh.
Yes, so we believe in Jesus, yeah.
So Mormons are Christian, but their religion is just called Mormon.
That's kind of the nickname, yeah. Like, they did the Mormon Church did a rebranding thing a few years ago where everybody should call us the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Stop calling us the Mormons. Stop using Mormon everywhere. But everybody out there keeps doing it because that's how people know who we are.
Right.
But the church tried to rebrand to get rid of the.
Oh, so they came up with the Church of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah, like
because Mormon was
the big, huge title is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Right.
But from a long time ago, they just kept calling us the Mormons. But they were trying to get people to stop doing that. But
Because it was a bad connotation, it seemed bad.
I think people were saying, like, you don't believe in Jesus, you're the Mormons. Like, no,
Oh.
we believe in Jesus. It's in our name. But like, yeah, but it's at the back of your name, and you've got this weird book. And so they did this rebranding thing, trying to just focus on the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, yeah.
So why didn't the Mormon care about what people were saying to the point they wanted to change the brand or change the name like that? Why did they care?
That's a really good point, because usually you shouldn't care what other people think. You should just, when you care too much about what other people think, you start to shift everything to, how's it going to look to those guys, you know?
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I think you've got a good point, yeah.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah.
What's important to you?
I think what's important to me is I like finding joy and then trying to bring joy to other people's lives.
You like finding joy and bring joy. You do
Yeah.
that through your comedian.
I try to do it through comedy. Yes, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I've had terrible sets. Oh, do you want to hear about a really bad one where I didn't bring anyone joy? I was performing. This was at a bar in Park City, Utah.
Yeah.
And they wanted to have some comedians do a show. There was hardly anybody there, and they weren't really laughing. And I was trying to perform, and then a German Shepherd walked up. I guess there was a dog, and it walked up and started sniffing, me. And that got laughs from the crowd because the dog was sniffing me.
Wow.
And I just kept trying to perform while this German Shepherd. And anyway, so the dog left, and then the laughing stopped.
And so you were like, come back, dog.
I didn't say, I just kept performing, and somebody from the crowd said, bring back the dog. Anyway, so that was a low point. I guess somebody laughed, but it wasn't based on what I was saying. But
What made you decide to become a comedian?
well, I kind of always had wanted to try to make people laugh. That was always what I liked doing.
Yeah.
But when I got out of school, I was going to do the responsible thing, which is get a good job. So I became a lawyer. I was an electrical engineer first, doing secure communication stuff. And then I went to law school, became a patent lawyer because that's the
Oh, you're a patent
sensible.
lawyer.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I know how to do almost nothing except for patents. Like, if anybody has a legal question, I have to ask another lawyer what the answer is because I really don't know. But I wanted to make people laugh. I like that, but I thought I needed to do the responsible thing and get a job and provide for family.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to do that. So once our kids were old enough, I started trying to go out and actually get some laughs and try to do that.
And so are you comfortable doing that now, making jokes?
I'm getting more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
The interesting thing was that when I first tried to make people laugh, I did these little short videos. Oh, but it was before YouTube. So this was way back before YouTube. And I had a friend find them, and he said, "What are you doing? You're going to lose your job. Nobody's going to want to hire you. You're an idiot." And so I was so scared, I deleted all the videos, took down my little website and everything.
Wow.
And that was probably 20 years ago, 15 years, 20 years ago. And that was before YouTube. So if I would have ignored what this kid said and I would have kept going, I would have had this nice group of videos ready. And when YouTube came,
So you erased all the videos?
yeah, I deleted all of them because I
Wow.
cared. Like this guy
Somebody
said, "You're dumb, this is stupid, you'll lose your job, you shouldn't do this." So that was the first time I tried to do short little funny videos. got scared off, deleted everything, quit. And then
What
it
a
wasn't
mess.
until, so dumb. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Makes me so mad.
I bet.
So then, what was it, 2018 again. 2014, I started doing stand-up, and then 2018, I think I started doing videos on YouTube. But it took me that long to come back around.
Right.
Geez, so just, if I just wouldn't have, yeah, sometimes you just got to ignore people.
Absolutely.
I
That's
didn't.
right.
I'm like,
You have to do your thing.
Not going to like me? I better, okay, what? Man, that ticks me off.
Well, I bet you want to beat him up now, huh?
Yeah, I really do. I just feel like I'd be so much farther along. But anyway, I'm figuring it out. But
Yeah.
just 20 years later.
Are you still friends with him?
Kind of. We talk every 2 or 3 years.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you're married. Are you the head of your wife?
I try to be in charge. But she's sometimes as bossy.
Oh, she is?
She'll she'll tell me if I have a shirt on that's shouldn't be worn out in public. She'll say that's a yard shirt, and she'll just tell me that I can't wear it outside.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and so I will say it is not a yard. So I will try to wear it to the store, and then it usually will end up going missing after that.
Wow. Are you serious?
It's happened once. Yeah, I had a favorite T-shirt, and I had a hole in it, and she was trying to take charge and just say that should not be worn, down in public. Like, I love this T-shirt, and I did, and then it went missing, and she's denied knowing what happened, but I think she just destroyed it or something.
Wow.
So,
Does she obey you?
we work together on most things.
So does she obey you?
I think for the most part, we're aligned with what we want to do. So if I said, you need to do this, and I said it like that, I don't know if she would absolutely do it or stop and like, hey, you need to say that in a nice way.
What a mess. And so, does she obey you?
I would probably say most of the time, but the other part of the time, I obey her.
You obey her?
It's probably a negotiation. I would probably say I win 60% of the time. And then maybe 40, she wins. I don't know, something.
And
Like the food in the house, she's gluten-free. I don't like it. I think it tastes like sand. But she wins, so we have gluten-free stuff.
Wow.
And sometimes I have to go out and get something. And you know what? She can smell it. She can smell, because I was having a cookie one night at like 11 o'clock at night in the kitchen. I warmed it up so good. She was asleep for like 2 hours. She woke up, came out, and just like, what's in here? She could smell that I had gluten in the house. I'm not even joking. So anyway, sometimes she wins, like on the food as an example of where she wins.
So it sounds like he doesn't obey you.
Sometimes she just doesn't.
Why did you marry a woman that won't obey you?
We had everything we wanted to do, though, we kind of agreed on. Like, we're going to go to church every Sunday. We're going to have our kids with us going. We like to travel, so we wanted to do that. We just kind of had similar beliefs and wanted to do the same types of things. And she's been like my comedy stuff. She's been 100% supportive behind me, which has been great. Like, I'm going to not work as much because I want to do this stand-up thing that's going to pay $0. And she's like, you should do it, which has been great, yeah.
And so why did you marry a woman that will not obey you?
Well, I think it's because I loved her.
You still love her?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. We just do.
Why you love her?
I'm trying to think of the real. I always have. I mean, We have 3 kids together. We just kind of lived. We're married for 30 years. We just kind of know each other inside and out.
And so why do you love her?
I'm not getting the right answer. I'm trying to give the right answer here. I feel like I just do.
But you don't know why?
Well, I mean, I love to spend time with her.
But
Love
I know
having a
people who
family with
love
her.
spending time with their dog.
Oh man! Oh man, you're still waiting for the right answer, aren't you?
Well, but I'm waiting for a why. I still don't know why you married her.
I knew. Well, I loved her. I knew she'd be a great wife, a
But
great
she's been a
mom.
headache.
Oh no, she's been really good.
She won't obey you.
Most of the time, she will. See, this just sounds bad. If you say your wife obeys you, then probably a bunch of people on YouTube are going to be like, "Oh, that's so. You shouldn't."
Do you care about that?
Actually, not as much, because some of the videos I do, I get some people love, but there are some people who hate them.
Yeah. You're
And so
gonna
when you
have
read
that anyway.
when you start reading those, it's like, oh, okay, I can't. I'm not going to please everyone
No.
here. They're going to be, because you have the psychos who are just,
Right.
you're never going to get them to not until you say the craziest things like.
Had you known before you married her that she would be this way after you married her, would you have married her?
Yes.
You still would have married her?
Yeah.
In spite of the hell?
Because it's kind of a partnership, and we're both, we both have opinions about things, and so when you have 2 people with strong opinions about things, you have to discuss it, but you want somebody who's going to be reasonable.
Right, but she's not reasonable.
Oh no, she's reasonable on almost everything.
But she's supposed
Except
to be
for the-
reasonable on everything.
Except for the gluten, and that she's not reasonable on that.
Yeah.
I will just that's I'm going to put my foot down.
And so that day that she caught you in the kitchen
Yeah.
with the cookie, did she beat you?
No, she gave me a disappointed look.
And did you put the cookie down or did you finish it?
I finished it.
Oh, you did?
I'm not going to put, that was like a $4 cookie. It was one of these really big, there's no way, yeah. I like
So when she-
500 calories in that thing. I'm going to tank it, yes.
Right on. So did you try to hide it? Oh, the Emily, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's going to be so mad when she watches this. She's going to be the one in the comments, I don't ever obey you. I'm like, oh.
Oh, man. So when
You
she
obey
walked,
me, yeah.
wow. When she walked in and caught you with the cookie, did you try to put it behind your back and hide it?
No, I was just stunned. Because
stunned?
because it was 2 hours past when she was asleep.
And you thought you
I thought it was safe.
Yeah. And so
Right.
did you start crying?
No, I just stared at her. And she looked back and then looked down at the cookie, knew what I had done, and then just left. I'm like, I finished it. See?
Oh,
A real man wouldn't have. A real man, I finished the cookie in the house.
That's right.
If I was a wuss, I would have taken it outside or, oh, I'll throw it out. I finished it. Yeah.
And did you think she was going to beat you?
No.
Has she ever beat you?
No.
Has she ever tried to beat you?
No.
Oh, okay.
I work out. She's,
Oh, good.
yeah.
Have you ever felt like beating her?
No.
Oh.
No.
How do you deal with the hell in her?
when she gives me crap about stuff, what do
Yeah,
I
when
do?
she mad for no reason, controlling, complaining. You wake up in the morning, you all rested and feeling good, and she's laying there looking at you, already mad about nothing. And she's like, what have you been dreaming about?
If she seems like she's mad, I immediately in my head try to figure out what I've done. I usually just go over the last 24 hours and try to figure out, did I leave the fridge open? I didn't clean the counter. I try to figure out what it was I did first. And sometimes it wasn't me, but sometimes it was.
So you feel like the kid with her?
Sometimes, yeah.
Wow.
But I always feel like I'm 12 or 13 or something.
Who did you grow up closer to, your father or your mother?
Probably my mom.
You did?
My dad taught school. He taught 8th grade, and we also had 8 kids. So he had pretty much one volume, which was high. So I think I was closer to my mom just because we were a little nervous around Dad.
Right.
Just a little. We didn't want to make him mad.
She was nervous around him too?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
She ruled over him?
No, she didn't. She definitely kind of let him rule the house. But she wasn't like scared or anything like that. I think it was just the kids. So you're like, oh crap, don't do anything wrong. Don't.
Your wife, does she rule over you? Is she
No.
like your mother? Have you noticed she's just like your mama?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, because my mom was very, she was an angel. She's the closest to an angel on earth I've ever seen or been around.
An angel from hell or heaven?
Heaven, my mom.
Really?
An angel from heaven, yes. The sweetest, nicest.
I bet your
Ever.
dad don't feel that way.
No, my mom passed a few years ago, and so that's my dad. Every time I'm up there, my dad just talks about my mom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm glad she gone.
No.
It was hell.
He's like finding old pictures of her, blowing them up into bigger. Like he's basically made a shrine to her with all the pictures of her that he's found and had blown up, and she was super sweet. Yeah.
Were you surprised she recreated you in her image because you're just like her?
Oh, that's the nicest thing anybody's ever said. She was wonderful.
Are you okay that she recreated you in her image?
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
What? Nah.
My mom, she's the sweetest.
Amazing.
She's the sweetest. Yeah, just.
Where is she
sweetest,
now?
kindest. Well, she passed away. 6, 7, 8 years ago now. So she's gone. Hopefully, she's in heaven, watching over me.
So did she do anything wrong at all that irritated you a little bit when you were growing up?
I really don't know that she did. She was the sweetest, nicest.
Sometimes those are the worst ones.
No, she was. We had 8 kids, 6 boys.
Your dad made
basically-
boys first?
Pardon?
Your daddy made boys first?
Let's see. He had 2 boys, then a girl.
Alpha male. Real man made boys first.
Oh. So I was towards the bottom.
But he made boys first. Did you make
Yeah.
boys first?
Pardon?
Did you make boys first or
Well-
girls?
I have all girls. So
What a beta.
I didn't know. I don't know if that's how it works.
Real man made
It
boys
could
first.
be.
My
It could be
first child was a
alpha.
boy.
Okay, that's.
Isn't that something?
Okay, how many kids do you have?
I have one son, 2 grandkids, and 2 great-grandkids.
Okay. And okay, do you like your grandkids more than your kids, or your kids more than your?
I don't like any of them at all.
What about great grandkids?
No, I love them all.
Okay.
Yeah, I love them all. I love them all.
I was gonna say you're gonna be getting some stuff in the comments on like, what?
I know. What?
Dad, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So, was
Unfollow.
your mother perfect?
Oh man, I would say she was.
She was perfect.
I think she was.
Other than Jesus, she was the only one that ever made perfect.
She was a close second then. 6 boys, trying to burn the house down nonstop. She kept her cool. She worked in the Boy Scouts for like 30 years or 50, whatever. She got the Silver Beaver Award for the Boy Scouts. Just nonstop, always doing stuff.
Amazing.
For other people, not getting paid, just helping the community, helping the kids.
But if she had 9 kids, right?
8 kids.
How did she have time to work in a Boy Scout?
She worked it in. A lot of the times it was when one of us was in Scouts. So she was like she'd be one of the den leaders or one of the Scout leaders when her sons were in that group.
And so she made no mistakes at all? Not even one mistake?
I don't want to say anything bad. No, she was great.
So she made no mistakes?
I can't think of any.
You about to say you didn't want to say anything bad about her?
No, I'm trying to think of I don't know. She was great. I can't think of anything.
What would happen if you said something bad about her? Would you die?
I think something might hit me, yes. I think the lights probably would fall down on the stage.
Wow. Would she send them down?
No.
Why would they fall down then?
Just because I was saying something bad about someone almost perfect. Now, she was, I think she was.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, how come your other sibling hate her so much?
Oh, they don't.
All 8 of you guys love her.
You could ask for all my brothers and sisters. I don't think any of them would say one bad thing about my mom.
And how about your father? Was he perfect too?
Well, okay, he had that one volume which was loud. And so he would tend to he had a little bit of a temper, and I think it's because he taught school all day, so when he'd come home and the kids were, taking apart a bike in the middle of the front room, losing his cool.
So he wasn't perfect, but your mother was.
Yeah, probably.
What?
No, look, I love my dad. I love my dad, but he will say that he would sometimes lose his temper a little bit. And
are you perfect?
Yeah. No. No, I'm not. No, I'm not even close.
You're not.
Yeah.
What do you do about the void that you have inside? How do you fulfill that emptiness? Sometimes it feel like something is missing. Mm-hmm. You have a wife, you have kids, you have a home, you have a job, but yet something is missing, like an emptiness. How do you fulfill that? What do you do when you feel that way?
So I was feeling that way before I started doing any kind of humor, stand-up comedy, anything. When I was just lawyering all the time.
Can you speak a little loud? Like from the chest?
Yeah.
Yell at me the way you yell at your wife when the hell coming out.
Oh my gosh.
But go ahead.
But yeah, back when I was just lawyering all the time,
Right.
I really did feel an emptiness.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing anything that really was contributing to any real purpose. I just felt like I don't feel like I'm fulfilled. I don't feel like I'm doing anything that's helping anyone. And then I started doing comedy. And really I started feeling like I'm making a few people laugh. And that did make me feel better. And I felt like, okay, if I can put some smiles on people's faces, I really felt like that purpose. I felt better, like I'm doing something that I should be doing.
Right. And so when you're off stage and that feeling emptiness come back again, that empty feeling, what do you do about it then?
I try to think of something funny and then make a video about it that I can share with people. And even if it's about terrible news, if I see a news item that just makes me super mad, I'm trying to come up with some joke that at least maybe you'll read this terrible headline and at least maybe you'll smile at the end because I made a joke. And so I will do a little video like that.
And one last thing about that, what do you do about the loneliness you feel when you're by yourself? No one is around but you. How do you fulfill that loneliness?
Honestly, when I'm alone and feeling lonely, I'll try to just focus on the quiet and meditate and try to see if I can connect a little bit to God in that quietness, to see if I can feel like that He's still up there, and try to use that quietness to my advantage in a sort of prayer to try to connect to God in that space, yeah.
Do you know that God is inside of you too? He's up there, but He's inside?
Yes.
You know that?
Yes.
So why don't you find Him there?
I'm hopefully doing that when I'm trying to find that peace. Hopefully I'm finding part of that.
You know how when you were saying that your father would come home sometime, raise his voice and stuff like that?
Right.
Have you forgiven him for that?
Yes.
You told him?
I don't know if I've told him. We don't do a lot of talking about feelings. I grew up in a small town, right? And we just talking about feelings wasn't something that you do, really. I need to get, based on what you just said, I need to go tell him it's fine, I understand, I forgive you for that.
What do you think would happen if you said to him, I'm sorry for resenting you for those days when you were impatient, you were yelling at us. I resented you for that, and I'm sorry for that. I was wrong. I'm wrong.
Oh. It probably would, I don't know if he would feel like, if that would make him feel better, or if he would say, that probably would make him feel better.
It would definitely make you feel better.
Yeah.
If you did it, that void would disappear. Because you never know,
Okay.
you would never know God. You know about God, you read about Him, but you would never know Him until you forgive your earthly father. Because this anger that you have, this little resentment you have, is separating you from God. You can't love God and not love your earthly father.
That is okay. I will do that.
And that's what's wrong with your wife too. She resent her father because her mother turned him away from her father, so she resent her mother as well.
Well, I'm not going to say anything about that to her,
Why not?
I
That's
don't
your
want to
job.
I will tell her to watch this. I'll just say Jesse had something for you on this. You need to watch
husband,
it.
You're supposed to, hey, you're never going to be free of that anger until you forgive your mother. You become like your mother. Why not
I think
tell her
you're
that?
Right. Because then she'd say, what do you mean? I have forgiven her. And then she'll think.
But she hasn't. If she haven't gone and apologized for resenting her and forgiven her father for not protecting her from her mother, she's not, and she's going to give you and the kids hell for the rest of your life.
I still think I might just ever watch this because I don't want her to get mad at me.
That's funny, man. Your job is to bring your wife out of her hell, not go in her hell with her.
Yeah.
But you're scared to bring Satan out of the
No,
hill.
no. I mean, I don't want to say, hey, I think I know the problem that you have. Because usually, if I tell her she has a problem, I don't know. She might say, okay. She might say, what are you talking about? And then it might get intense for a little while. I'm not sure.
Have you ever wondered where did her hell come from? All that anger she has? I wonder why my wife's so angry.
I don't think she's angry.
Well, why do you think you're afraid of her?
I'm not afraid of her.
Yeah, you hide the cooking.
Okay, but that's different because she's got this weird gluten-free thing.
But you
it's
can't.
just,
You're afraid to even correct her when she's wrong.
Look, I've told her gluten-free is not good.
But she's wrong about other things too, and you're afraid to correct her.
Well, it's mostly the food stuff, but okay. No, okay, see? I did correct her. She went in my drawers. This was just a week ago.
She went in your drawers?
Yeah, I
You
had
mean your
this.
underwears?
No, t-shirts.
Oh, she went in your drawers where you keep your clothes?
Yes.
Oh, I thought she went in your drawers
no,
while you had them on.
No.
Oh.
She went in my drawer. She found a t-shirt. I had this favorite t-shirt, and it was gone. And it was in dirty clothes, and I said, what did you do? And she said, it was dirty. And I said, once a man puts it in his drawers, you can't go in there. That's
Right.
off limits. And she said, well, I thought it was dirty, so I went and got it. And I told her that's wrong and not to do it again.
Ooh,
So I did it. See that?
that's so brave.
I did. So we had a thing, and I told her, you were
Yeah.
wrong. You cannot go in my freaking drawers and take my t-shirt out. But I think she's going to do it again, to be honest.
Do you protect your girls from her hell?
I mean, well, here's the problem. They're all gluten-free, too. It's always all the women against me with most of the food stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Does your husband, sound like a husband.
You got to please cut that out. Don't.
Right. Does your wife see you as weak or strong?
I think strong.
Why?
Yeah. Because I'm, hey, I don't know. I hope she sees me as strong. I think she does.
But why would she?
Because I'm strong.
But you let her feed you gluten food and your kids gluten food. Now everybody's starving and don't have protein and all that kind of stuff.
I know.
I know.
I can't. She knows I don't like the gluten-free stuff, but
But you can't make her stop.
I can't seem to. She says it makes her stomach irritable bowel, something or other.
But why don't you tell her to eat it by herself, and you and your kids gonna eat real food?
Tell her to eat in the garage so
Right.
we can eat. Oh, I can't.
Well, she don't have to eat in the garage, meaning tell her to eat gluten food, and you and your kids gonna eat normal food.
Okay, some days we have had meals where that has happened, where we'll have like gluten-filled normal, and then she'll have gluten-free that's a separate one. That's happened.
Please.
It's happened before, so I'm winning is what I'm trying to tell you.
Does racism let me ask you this. What is love? You say you love your wife. What is love?
Man, you're asking hard questions. What is love? You see the goodness in people. You
People don't
want
have
to
goodness. But anyway, go ahead.
I mean, you want what's best for them. You're happy for them when things go well for them. It's a very, very strong like. Is that? It's like 3 or 4 likes together is a love, and then, no, I don't know, but.
You don't know what love is?
I thought I did, but after talking to you, I don't think I do anymore. I knew.
Does racism exist?
Yeah,
It does?
I think it does.
What is the proof of racism? How do you know it exists? Give me an example.
Well, I feel like when somebody doesn't like another person strictly because of their race, then
Have
to
you
me,
ever seen that before?
I feel like I've seen it before.
Have you ever seen it though? Not that you feel like it, but have
Yeah,
you
yeah,
ever seen anyone that just like another person simply because of their color and nothing else?
I think it happened to, I was with a friend years ago.
You're black?
Yeah. And a guy, we just ran into this guy on a doorstep, and he immediately started just kind of getting after my friend. And it seemed like this happened years and years ago, but I remember at the time thinking, oh, this seems like he's getting on his case because he just met him. I think it seemed like it was some type of...
Did he say that, or it seemed like that to you in your mind?
I'm trying to remember what he said specifically because it was years and years and years ago.
But did he say, I hate you because of your color?
No, he didn't say that.
So that was in your mind.
It could have been. It could have been.
It was in your mind, right?
It could have been implied from... yeah. Because I
So
don't think he explicitly said, yeah, I don't like you because you're black.
Right, and so
Right.
you could have just assumed that, right?
It could have been that.
So do you have any real proof of racism?
Just history books,
And you believe the history books? They're lying.
Well, when I was younger, I would believe more of what was written. Now, as I get older, I'm starting to question everything because
Nice.
it seems like people rewrite history the way they want it to be rather than... I mean, what's happening right now, you don't ever watch the news to hear the truth because you're not ever going to get the truth in the news.
That's right. Racism is a made-up lie. No such thing as racism. Never has been, never will be, never can be. It's a made-up lie. What do you think about that?
I would love that to be the case.
It is the case.
I mean, because I feel like...
Oh, you have no proof of it. I haven't talked to one person yet in the last 33 years that had proof of racism. They just believe it in their own mind because they heard it and they believe lies.
Well, yeah, and I'm in an area where it's mostly white.
Nice.
So mostly when I hear the things that have happened that are racist, it's always a news program, or I was never there because I was off in this spot in Utah where it didn't happen where I was seeing it. I wasn't there.
Right.
So I didn't...
So now that you hear me say that it's made up lie, it has never existed. What do you think about that?
Well, that's okay. So I'm sure that you probably get some people saying like, that's absolutely not true. It's all over the place. It happens every day, all the time. But I live in the corporate world. We're constantly being asked about the races of everybody that we work with because of all these corporations trying to not be racist. And it's just like nonstop.
Yeah.
We're trying to not be racist. So what race are you? And what race is the person who works for you? And what race is she? And then they do it again in 3 months. I mean, it's just, the corporate world's crazy because it's just nonstop, just getting rammed down your throat all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, wow, are you sure that you're not the ones causing it at this point? Because you're the only ones talking about it. And it's crazy too, because some of the people I've never met. Like, how could this possibly have been racist? Because we've only met via email. I've never seen you, you've never seen me. How do you know what color I am? Well, that's why we need to ask you in an email. But you can't be being racist, or I can't, with the work you're giving me, if you don't know what race I am.
Yeah.
I know, that's what we need to know, because then makes no sense
It
to me
doesn't
at
exist.
all.
Why are white people so afraid of the blacks?
I think right now, in my mind, I just don't want to be racist. It's just that, I mean, it's just been in the press nonstop, so it's just, I don't want to be racist, so I can't be racist.
What would happen to you?
I can't be racist, I don't know.
What would happen to you if they accused you of being racist?
I mean, maybe you wouldn't be canceled immediately now, but I know a few years ago it would have just been immediately canceled, right? Didn't some lady like send out a tweet and then she got on a flight and somebody thought it was racist, and then by the time she got off the flight, she had lost her job and it had gone viral. Yeah, it's just...
But why don't the whites stand up though and just say, no, blacks, I'm not your problem. You're your own problem. I don't hate you. Why don't the whites say that?
I think we white people are too afraid of being called racist.
But why are you afraid of a word?
It's got...
Word
I mean, it used to have a lot more power, but I think now where people are recognizing like everything's racist. Did you know math is racist? It's getting to the point where like, okay, if everything is racist and math is racist, then maybe it's not quite as... Because if everything's racist, then nothing's racist, right?
But it's not going to stop because white men are on the run. And they're not standing up and saying no. Just say no, it'll stop. When you have fear, you bring out the worst in people that make them want to hurt you. You know how when you're afraid of your wife, it make her want to beat you?
Yeah. I didn't even want to say yes because I thought, but fear. It's like if I happen to be on a horse and you're a little bit nervous, it's like the horse starts to freak you out because you're scared of it and it knows.
Absolutely.
And if you just act like you know what you're doing, goes a lot better.
So how do you feel knowing, do you agree with me first that the white man is the most hated species on this side of heaven in his own country and around the world, but in his own country? The country was founded by whites with the help of God, created the greatest country in the world, and they invited all these other people, brought them in, the Arabs, so the blacks over here, and now the whites are being attacked in their own country, and the whites are on the run. How do you feel about that?
It seems like that's the case, and it's crazy to me. But it seems like if you are, if you're a white male, it was your fault.
Yeah.
Like, well, what are we talking about? It doesn't matter. You did it.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's kind of scary because you're like, I'm sure it was our fault somehow. I did it. It was me. But it's kind of a scary time because it's such a obviously a scapegoat for everything is like this one thing. Like, it's never a good thing to just let's blame it all on one person. But I think right now it really is like everything's.
So you're living a life of fear with that. You live fear at home with your wife. You live fear out in the world because of that. What does it mean to be? It must be hard to live in fear, right?
Yeah.
Why don't you overcome it? We need white. Did you know we celebrate White History Month in July? I started White History Month.
Oh, wait, is that because of July 4th?
Well, it's because, number one, I do it in July. We're about to celebrate our 6th or 7th year of White History Month that's coming July, because July just feels white.
Doesn't
July feels white?
Okay, I didn't know that. I've never heard of,
And they're trying to erase white history. And if we don't have white history around, we have nothing. All the monuments and the flags and the statues, they want to go to Utah and get rid of those 3 white folks' head. Is it Utah where the president's heads are in the mountain?
Oh, Mount Rushmore in, no, it's not in Utah. I think it's in South Dakota, yeah.
Oh, they want to go and get rid of that.
Yeah. I don't like that stuff. I feel like we need to just leave history. That's our history.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't.
Right. But if y'all don't speak up, how would it stop?
Well, I feel like some people spoken up with, let's stop changing some of these things. And I think the federal government has just said, too bad we're changing it.
I know.
Because I know some people have said, like, that's wrong, let's stop changing all this stuff. And President Biden is very much
What a
like
mess, huh?
complete mess.
Yeah.
He's just like, we're changing all of it and just like
And they're doing it real
nonstop.
fast, too.
Yeah, oh yeah, like let's not stop and think about any of this. Let's just do it before you have time to even turn around, which was, they got rid of, I think, a Lincoln statue somewhere.
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Stop it. But we've got that, the government right now is so controlled by the super progressive uber left.
Yeah.
And they are just trying to do this stuff before anybody can even think about it. It's just done and gone.
What is a man?
A man,
Yes. What is a man?
he was born,
What?
testicles, and
What's that?
Man is born with the I don't want to say, I don't know what we're rated, but the Johnson and Family Jewels situation. That's, man. Sorry, am I getting, is that the,
You say a man is what now? I'm sorry, I'm missing it.
oh, he was born with a, somebody born with testicles and I don't like saying the P word, but the straight,
That's a man?
yeah, born
That
with
is
that.
a male, but what is a man?
Oh, God, sorry, now I've embarrassed myself for no reason. I was just, takes responsibility, shoulders burdens, provides for his family.
Does he lead his wife?
Yes, and just like I do. Dang it! I know, but people are I'm probably just gonna like, I didn't know you were such a pussy. Anyway. Oh,
Did
crap.
you know you were a pussy before
I
today?
know. I have a poster of Arnold Schwarzenegger on my wall. I can't be a pussy.
That's real manly.
I listen to Poison. I listen to, AC/DC. Come on, that's not,
That's right.
yeah.
Pussy is a cat, just for the audience.
Oh,
Remember,
okay.
a cat is a pussy.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Just for the audience.
that's right.
So, did you vote for the Great White Hope?
Great White Hope. Sorry, you're gonna have to tell me who you mean by Great White Hope. You can't mean Joe Biden.
No.
Yes, I did not vote for Joe Biden.
But so did you vote for the Great White Hope?
Is that Donald Trump?
Yes.
Yes,
Right on.
yes.
You got a little madness in you.
Yeah, well, you can't vote for Joe Biden.
No.
Come on.
Amazing.
Come on, you can't do that.
Right.
I mean, even Joe Rogan's like, come on, that guy's lost his marbles. Pull your head out.
So listen, I got to heat this up. And put my guest on the hot seat.
You mean I haven't been on the hot seat already? Jeez. My wife's already going to be so pissed. Okay.
And do you care about that?
Oh, I'm just going to, no, she'll be fine. She'll be fine.
Oh, what do you think?
No, she'll be fine.
Are you praying to God or Mama that she'll be fine?
God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I need you to answer these questions as quickly as possible.
Oh, crap.
The hot seat.
Should we give blacks reparations?
No.
Has the court system been set up to screw over men and fathers?
Yes.
Do we need more white babies?
Yes.
Who's going to win, Trump or DeSantis?
Trump.
Has anyone ever told Harpo to beat you?
Shoot, I don't know. Hoppo? I'm going to have to say no, because I don't know if I got that.
Does a chicken have lips?
No?
Have you ever been in a fist fight?
Yes.
Is it ever okay for a man to hit a woman?
Yes.
Should men play in women's sports?
F, no.
Should women play in men's sports?
No.
Is America the best country on this side of heaven?
Yes.
True or false, abortion is worse than slavery?
Sorry, say that again.
True or false, abortion is worse than slavery?
True.
Does educated women make for good wives and mothers?
True.
Educated women make for good wives and mothers? Is a woman equal to a man?
That's a trick question. That's a trick question. I can't. They're not the same, no.
Thank you for taking the hot seat, man.
Yes.
Did you have fun?
It was really fun. I hope I passed. I'm a little nervous about some of the, but no, it's really fun. Yeah, it was super fun.
Nice. Tell the folks how to get your comedian stuff you're doing and your website or whatever you have.
Okay. Should I just?
Yes.
Okay. I'd love it if they followed my YouTube channel, Wes Austin, and on Instagram, Wesley.Austin2. And you can find me on Facebook at Wes Austin.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thanks again for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell, and you can support Bond by becoming a member on our YouTube channel there. And check out our merch. Amazing merch. So check it out. And let me hear from you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thanks again, man, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
That was amazing.
That was super fun.
Nice.
That was super fun. I do feel like a pussy now. I'll tell you that right now. After this.